let's make a countdown to Christmas sign using our Cricut. So I'm super excited because we are going to be using one of our free designs. So we are going to be using this design right here. So if you guys did not know, we actually have what is called free resources. So when you come to designbundles.net, all you simply have to do is come up here. You can hover, you can see that we've got free SVGs, sublimation, laser, all of the things. So you can individually choose those, or you can click here and then you can simply just scroll through all of those designs that we have. We have tons of stuff, so definitely make sure you guys check out those free resources. So now that we have downloaded our free design, keep in mind you can use any of your die cutting machines, whether you have your Cricut or Silhouette, and you can even sublimate with this design as well. This would be so cute to put on a t-shirt or a pillow. This file is so simple to use. As you can see, there is several layers over here. That way, if you want to separate this into whatever colors you want to, you don't have to stick to the pattern here. So I could do them in rows if I wanted to, individually, all of the things. So what I did to keep these together, I went over here on the right hand side, I clicked ungroup, and then I just went by colors. So I went ahead and just selected, say for example, all of these pieces right here. All right, so once you have all of those selected, now I would not select these pieces along with these ones up here because then it's gonna take a bigger sheet. So I've just selected those and then I'm just gonna go ahead and hit weld. And I would proceed to do the same thing with all of the colors. So for me, I went with the colors and the pattern that they already have here for us because I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. So whenever it came to sizing, I measured on my sign, select everything, and then you're just going to come up here and size that out like so. And then it's simply as cutting it out. So let's go ahead and put it together. Now for today's sign, I'm using a mixture between adhesive vinyl. I've talked about before, if you guys are not new here, I've talked about how I love matte. So there is glossy adhesive vinyl and then there's also matte. The matte looks like you have hand painted this. So anytime you're making a sign, I do recommend that you use the matte. And these ones are permanent. So if you are going to be having this outside, say for example as a porch sign, you may want something that's more permanent. If it's something that's going to stay inside, you really could get away with removable as well. You do not have to have permanent. So I've got my adhesive vinyl, I have some transfer tape as well as a squeegee. And then today I'm also going to be using HTV. So if you did not know, you can mix HTV along with adhesive vinyl using a little mini press. And I've got it on the lowest settings here, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to do that. And I will get a piece of parchment paper to use in between those layers. I just really loved this glitter. This is Caesar's Sparkle. I'm going to bring it up here so hopefully you guys can see. I really love it. So you could definitely just stick with all adhesive vinyl, but I wanted to show you that you can definitely do this. So like I said, I found this sign locally at my craft store. You could even probably go to, we call them flea markets, junk stores, yard sales, and really just kind of look out there. You can DIY and make your own signs as well. You could even do this with a reverse canvas, would be amazing. Like I said, I'm going to do it in this direction because it's such a big sign. So I'm going to go ahead and start to just line everything up, figuring out where everything is going to go. So like this. So I will actually probably get these pieces down first and then come up here. So I'll find my biggest one and kind of get that centered. Now remember, we do have the star. And so it'll be something like this, and then we would have, so I'll be laying that down, and then we'll have the 2, the 3, etc. So I'm just gonna kind of have those layered. So I do believe that this looks pretty good. My star here, I can go ahead and test it out to see where it's going to land. So maybe I'll have this go in here somewhere right about there. So we're just gonna go ahead and take some transfer tape. Now, whenever it comes to this transfer tape, you can reuse those over and over again. I'm going to cut out this one and use it for this, and then this one that I cut a big piece, I'm gonna layer all of those pieces. Now when it comes to layering adhesive vinyl, you could definitely do that separate first and get all of those layers attached and then bring it onto your sign, or you can do them all one at a time on your sign. So lots of different options there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that first piece, which is our Christmas, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get this transfer. All of the supplies that I am using today, I have a link down below. Now, whenever it comes to something like this, see how that edge is not underneath that transfer? That's completely fine. This is such a big piece, we can carry it over by our hand. So we're just gonna go ahead and flip this over and film. All right, so I went ahead and rotated my sign just so I can visually see where this is gonna go. So So like I said, we're gonna be real careful. What I like to do is fold mine like a taco. I'll get that crease there so that way I can figure out where that center mark is, and I can go ahead and get this down. Now you can definitely do the parchment paper hack where you lay down a piece of parchment paper first, and that'll really help you get that placement without committing. All right, so once you're happy with that, you're just gonna carefully smooth it out from one side to the next. All right, so now we are ready. We're just gonna get a corner here and peel. All right, so I'm going to use that same transfer to get the days until. All right, very carefully, we're going to center this right above Christmas. Just like that, and rub it in. And one last time, we're gonna fill. So our next layer is the one that ends with the 25. You just want to double check those numbers by lining the next one on top of that, seeing about where it's going to be placed. So I've got my one right about there, which is going to be perfect. I've still got enough room for my star. So we're going to go ahead and move this out of the way, and then we're just going to make sure that we are centering this up on the sun. So let's go ahead and take another piece of transfer. We're gonna go ahead and continue to repeat that process. So I'm just going to rub where the numbers are. I don't need to rub the entire thing. I just need to rub right where those numbers are, just as easy. We're gonna flip it over and peel. Now remember, we're gonna use the same transfer sheet all the way across. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm being very careful to figure out where I want this placement to be. So I'm gonna go with this, and then same thing. I just need to rub right where those numbers are. We're gonna go ahead and get a corner and peel. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get ready to pick up our next layer. Same thing, you just need to go over each number. And so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and go. You can always pull open your image so that way you can remember exactly where this is gonna go. So we want to bring this up right underneath the 18 and above that 19. And this is where that parchment paper would come in handy, especially if you guys are a beginner, because once you lay something down, you're committed. So that parchment paper really does help, and I'll show you guys that on the next few layers. For our parchment paper, we're gonna go ahead and lay that down there, and then we're gonna go ahead and lift up that next layer here. I'm just gonna go right on top here and pick those up. All right, so we're gonna go next to the 14. So I've got my 15 lined up there, and then you can see that 5 and 6, 13. So we're gonna go down just like this. Now the really cool thing about this is this will not stick to the parchment. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to fold over my parchment just to get it out from underneath so I can lay down some of my sticky. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start to lay that down just like that. And then we can remove that parchment and we're gonna get that perfect placement. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this down. Nice and slow, working one number to the next. So we're gonna do the same thing and rub it in. We're gonna peel. So this is just repeating the same process over and over again. You just really want to be mindful of where you're going and make sure you're getting those in the correct area. Once again, you can definitely open back up that image so you can see where you're going. Now you guys let me know in the comments below, what Christmas crafts are you guys working on? Are you guys still working on fall and all of those things? Because I know Thanksgiving's coming up. Are you guys already diving into Christmas? What are some favorite things that you like to make during the holidays? Now I'm realizing at this point, so this is a good tip for you guys. I really should have went down 4, 5, 6. You guys can see that now, 14, 15, 19, 20. You can see my mistake here. So how do you fix this? How do you move forward? Because these pieces are not gonna line up, and this is what I would do. I would go in individually at this point. So we're gonna back that up. We're going to go in here one at a time. So you could go ahead and cut these off and just have them individual, but I'm going to attempt to do it while it's still connected. So we're gonna go down with number 4 first. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and rub that in. Just use my fingers, and then I can come back in with that squeegee. There we go. Get that one down and then continue to move forward. So don't ever be afraid to take these apart and do them individually. This is not my first rodeo, I promise you guys. So once you realize that you have made a mistake or things are not lining up correctly, definitely feel free to slow that down. Now, another little tip for me, if I'm struggling with these pieces, I don't want to cut it down yet. I can always roll it like this just to get it to calm down while we're trying to mess with these pieces. So I'm gonna go here and lay down my 11. go. I'm gonna go ahead and squeegee that down. So don't ever be afraid, like I said, to just slow down so you can fix your error. So I'm gonna go ahead and get here. So I can see that I got really wonky with that number 19. I wanna slow down with my 17 there. So you can really see how far off I would have been with that 17. So I'm gonna go back in here, get my 17, and squeegee that down. All right, there we have that. Now I can also see myself, so this is where this is a good learning curve in case you do something like this. When you first start working with your adhesive vinyl, if you catch your mistake and you fix it right away, you should be able to go back in and move these pieces around. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. So if you go ahead and take your weeding tool very carefully, we can save these pieces. Either A, peel them off, start over, recut everything out, but if you're very slow, you should be able to save these and just move them over. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up, and I'm gonna go ahead and move everything over. So as I'm going back to fix this, I'm gonna go in, so I'm gonna need to put my 2 here, I'm gonna put my 7 here, and then I'll keep moving pieces over as I need to. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up. So I just went ahead and cut my transfer down to size so I can individually pick these up at this point. So this is something, so you guys can see, it doesn't matter how beginner you are or how pro you are, it happens to every one of us. So just slow down, really take a look at that image as you guys are layering these, and you should not have a problem like me. I'm gonna save you guys the mess. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna keep speeding this up. Another thing with these numbers, they're so big that you can pick them up and do that by hand as well. So I can start to see this coming back together here. So that's really nice. Now, a few of my little letters look a little bit wonky, but that's what just makes it more fun, right? So it makes it more personal. And if I was selling this, I would completely, you see how easy that is to remove? I would just remove everything and then just start myself over, honestly. So like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to speed this up. All right, so I'm attempting something. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in here with the number 23. Now you guys let me know in the comments below, what would you have done different? And what has been your biggest crafting fail? I wanna know all of the information in the comments below. Let me know what is the biggest mistake that you guys have made, even if it's with HTV. Give me all of the details. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy down and then scoot this one over and move this one down. I really should have adjusted everything a little more over, but I'm just gonna save a little bit of time and go ahead and get this guy. Now, one thing that you could do to keep yourself on track too is you could take a pencil and make some lines, get a ruler there to really help guide you to get this absolutely perfect. I'm almost half determined, even though I did it, I feel like I should just try to adjust that, and I think everything would look pretty good. Because I could move the 25th, but I want to keep it in center. So I'm going to attempt right now to move this whole entire row over. So we are moving the 19 for the very last time, hopefully. I really struggled with that number 2. Have you ever had a project 2? It's like you were this close from fixing it. You were this close and you just want to give up. That is literally me. So if you guys have been waiting for one of these times to happen, it has happened, but I do think we saved it. I think it looks pretty good. All right, for our very last piece, this is HTV. Once again, this is not necessary. This is if you have something like a glitter HTV that you love more, or you don't have a yellow, but you have it in HTV. Yes, you can achieve this, or you can do your entire sign with HTV, honestly. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm going to line this guy up just like that. We're gonna cover it with parchment paper. This is important. You wanna protect your vinyl. Ask me how I know, because we've lost a little piece of a tree. If you guys see my, I think it was my live, we lost a little piece of a tree on the adhesive. Definitely make sure you cover it. Use it on the lowest settings, because we're not applying this to a t-shirt. We just need to melt it enough that it's gonna stick to the sign. Now, I will tell you, after doing these signs for the last several years, HTV does last a very long time. It will outlast your adhesive vinyl, honestly. All right, so we're just gonna do that once again until we melt that adhesive on the back enough. So we're just giving it a few seconds. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and move that out of the way, remove our parchment paper, and then we're just gonna go ahead and peel. And if it tries to come up with you, then just add some more heat. But honestly, it does not take very much heat. And as you can see, I went right on top of that adhesive vinyl and nothing happened. Another little pro tip is you can definitely cover all of your adhesive vinyl anytime you're working with your adhesive vinyl. You could cover it, once again, lowest settings, cover it with that parchment, and then just go over each piece. Just a few seconds is all it takes. So as you can see, it did not take me long at all. I'm going over those pieces. Make sure you have parchment. Move it down. We're going to do the same thing. It's going to heat up that adhesive, which is going to make it permanent super fast. So this is going to make sure, so if you're shipping it out, you're selling these, you're going to be able to ensure that it's going to last for a very long time. I'm super excited with the way that this came out. I think it looks good. Yes, we had some hiccups along the way. As you can see, I did struggle, but we were successfully able to save it. So I hope you guys have learned something along the way. So a few things that you can do is you can take some magnets. You're gonna put one on the back. You're not gonna glue it because it's gonna move around. Then you're gonna take a magnet, glue it to the back side of something, whether it's felt, a little wood piece. I found these little guys right here at Hobby Lobby for it's half off, obviously $1.50, but we could definitely make your own. You can make felt, like I said, little wood chips using your Glowforge and all of those things. So what I would do is I would glue a magnet on this side, and once you put the magnet here, you're gonna be able to move it on your board, so that way you can mark those days. Another thing that you can do is just simply take a glue dot, and we're gonna put one on here. You can use double-sided foam adhesive, but you wanna take off a little bit of that stick. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick it here, but before I stick it to my board, you can stick it to a dish towel, your t-shirt, just to kind of take off some of that stick. So that way you don't destroy your letters as you're moving around, your numbers, if you will. As you can see, we've got our little glue dot here on the back. So once again, these are just some little pieces I found. You could definitely look over at the Dollar Tree, maybe something that you already have laying around. So then you're just gonna pick it. So say that this was the 10th, I'm gonna go ahead and just pop him on there. So whenever I choose another day, I'll pick him up, I'll move him around just like that, and he's gonna stick to the board. Isn't that just so stinking sweet? I love it. And there you guys have it. You guys have seen that I have turned a craft that should take you 5 minutes into an hour long. I know that you guys are watching this, but it definitely took me an hour to accomplish this, but I want to show you guys our fails too. So we do make mistakes, and it's really good for you to know that honestly, it happens to everybody, and there is ways to fix this. I did not have to waste materials. You just have to really slow down, and you want to do it right away. If I'd left it for days and came back, that adhesive would have set in, and it would have been a lot harder. Another thing I could have done, peeled it all off, scrapped it, and completely start over. So don't give up on those projects, and know that everybody makes mistakes. So I'm really, really excited about it. And this was completely free. The only thing that you're gonna be paying for is obviously your materials and your sign. And look at this thing. It looks like it's worth, 30 to 50 bucks. And I think I got my sign for $10. So half off when these are half off at Hobby Lobby. So I've got about, $10, $15 in a sign. So it is super, super cute. If you guys are not following our Facebook community group, definitely make sure you guys head on over and check that out. There is tons of inspiration over there from other crafters just like yourself. There's tons of tips and tricks along the way. Everybody is helping everybody over there, and you can share your crafts over there so we can see what you're making. So that is in the description below. You can also find the link to this and everything I've used today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.